do it, but we do. Now we have sort of Christmas fairs and things like that, but in the old days it was called the bazaar, and every year, possibly about October, we had the annual bazaar, and that was really something big. The whole of the church got involved, Sunday school and everything, and every department of the church sort of got involved and had a stall. There was like a men's stall, and I can't remember, what did they sell, Clifford? Like tools
all different
and things
departments
like
at church had stalls.
Yeah, and there was a women's stall, and that was all knitted things and hand-sewn things, and the men's stall had tools or things that they'd made and things like that.
Another thing that
they
raise money for is, after we've been in the church not very long, the roof started leaking, this one. We have to have it recovered, and I don't know how many £1,000 it costs, and we to raise money for that. That was another big thing that went wrong with a flat roof.
So I feel there was a big community involvement in the early days.
In the early days, yeah. I think I'm just speaking for myself. I'm sure I'm speaking for Clifford as well, because I know we were always there at everything. We were sort of, church was our second home in a way. There was always something happening.
Well, I was a teacher, and at school they used to say, why don't you take a night school class and get paid for it? But I was down here with either Boys Brigade or Youth Club or something like that. I preferred doing that.
And Clifford, would there have been football teams?
Oh yeah, I run the football team for me. When the Boys Brigade finished, and we started up this Friday night fellowship, we called it, which was a mixed age group. And we said to the lads who were in Boys Brigade when it finished, if you come down on Friday, you can bring a mate, but only one. Well, it got that with quite a few lads who were teenagers. So we started a football team and had that for about, it was above 10 years.
I mean, there's...
Like being run from the Friday night fellowship.
And would there have been a cricket team at one time?
Oh, we had cricket teams when they were in the old church and early days in this church. That was on a Tuesday night. I lost my front teeth. I didn't manage the cricket ball.
Because that's one of the things I've heard people say from years ago, of people who came to the church as young people, that they'd want to be in the cricket team or the football team or whatever, and in order to be in the cricket team or the football team, you had to come to church.
Yeah.
And that was part of.
At least two times a month.
Yeah.
Interesting.
With two football teams at one time.
Well, that's massive. Yeah.
Two football teams and a junior one. So it shows how many youngsters were attached to it.
It shows there was a lot of youngsters in there.
And Sheila, would you have been in Girls' Brigade?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know whether that's something we talked much about, what Girls' Brigade was and how it worked.
Yeah, girls. It was originally called the GLB, Girls Life Brigade, and you could start in it from being maybe 5 or 6 or something like that, right up to teenager when you became an officer. You know, somebody that was in charge or helped. Because Joyce Starkey, I think, I don't know whether she took over from myself, and another lady ran it for a while, and there were loads of girls in at one time when I was sort of younger, and you did badges, like they did. Do you know what Scouts do and Cubs and things? you worked for different badges, first aid badge and sports badge and things like that. And our uniform at the time was navy blue dress with long sleeves, and you stitched your badges on your arms to show what you'd done. And, you know, everybody wanted to get an arm full of badges.
There's been 2 boys brigade companies, haven't there? You know, one finished, one was Science, and then Allengrave Church finished, closed, and the boys brigade moved in, started coming here.
But with the brigades, the girls and the boys' brigades, they'd meet in the week, and you'd come once a week?
That's right. Yeah, once a week. Yeah, and once a month they had to come to church. It was called Church Parade, and people who belonged to the Girls' Brigade, Boys' Brigade, who didn't actually come to church, had to come on that Sunday, on the Church Parade Sunday.
I mean, when I was helping on Boys' Brigade, we had a games night on a Friday, and the actual parade night on the Monday. And I even took some on a Wednesday night at home doing a bit of wool work.
Right, so that was 3 nights.
3 nights.
Just on Boys' Brigade.
Yeah.
Right. And could you say a little bit about what happened on a parade Sunday, Sheila?
Yeah, there was what you called, do you know what a colour party is?
No.
Right. You know, like the military thing, where you have one leader that holds up a big flag bearer, and 2 people with them, and we all marched into church behind the flag. They were called the colour party, and behind the flag, and then it was put at the front of the church. Both Girls and Boys Brigade.